captures Delhi in a very real manner, but still in a very self-mocking kind of style. Tell me, does Delhi, in your opinion, lend itself more naturally to humor than a city like Bombay, for example?
I would say it's lesser seen than Bombay, therefore it's a novelty. If we go on making as many films about Delhi and Delhi characters for the next 10 years or 15 years, the way we've done about Bombay, it'll lose its charm. I think when in the early 50s or early 60s, when the typical Bombay characters, often portrayed by Johnny Walker, came out of the scene, such a great novelty it was, you know. And then slowly the novelty wore off because we've seen so many films about Bombay. Then those very real films about Bombay gangsters came in the early 80s, starting from Bharat Satya and going on to Parinda and, you know, Company and whatever, Satya and all that. They were new. Today, they have been there, have done that. So Delhi currently is new. Because a lot of people...
Also for a while, I think Bombay just become a sort of every city. I mean, for a long time, I think the mainstream Bollywood, it didn't matter. It was an unnamed sort of Bombay. There was never had a character.
Absolutely. You have a great point there. I think when Delhi comes in, it comes in as a character.
Right.
When Bombay comes in, it comes in as a backdrop.
You said that the character of Khurana, played by Baman Irani, is everything that you love to hate about Delhi. How did you go about constructing that character?
Well, it's again a trauma from our childhood. Often middle-class kids like us, we've seen our law-abiding, quiet, nice, day-jobber father being humbled or insulted in small, little, insignificant ways at many places, at a parking lot, at a shop, at a queue in some cinema hall, in a train compartment. Every once in a while, you see your father being nice, being gentle, trying to tell somebody who's got more money and less education and probably a little more ruthless and uncouth than your father. He's trying to tell him not to do this. And then he insults your father in front of you, and your father bears it with a smile. Because he doesn't want to get into a fracas with the guy. And you can see your father swallow that insult, you know. I think with Jaideep and me, the case was always, I mean, I know that there was a lot of anger pent up in Jaideep and me about those kind of things that we always went through as kids. Because both of us were essentially middle-class kids, and I'm essentially a middle-class kid from an inner-city ghetto of Delhi, Karol Bagh. You know, went to a thoroughly middle-class school, didn't know how to speak in English properly till about class 8 because it was a Hindi medium school. So I know all about being outside of the class to be, you know. So, so when you see a guy like Khurana, he's got money, he's got power, he loves being corrupt, he loves insulting people, and he's absolutely shameless. He loves it. He actually is loving the fact that he's a bad guy. And that's what I love about him. And all our anger that we have about our fathers, our decent people, our families being insulted and being done over by those guys, it came out in that film. So that's how it is.
Now the film really found a resonance with people all over, even those who never lived in Delhi. What then is the formula to make a film that's about a certain place, specific to a certain place, but one that has a universal sort of relatability?
I think the more specific you are, the more universal you can get. If you know a topic or an area very, very clearly. I mean, Parinda was very, very Bombay, right? And Parinda also found a huge audience in Delhi. When I watched Parinda, I didn't know anything about Bombay. I was a class 10, 11 student. And I saw it and I loved it. The more specific you are, the more universal you become. The more detailed you are, the more inside an environment you are, the more the human relations within that environment become universal. People understand it. Another thing about Khosla Ghosla was that the middle class obsession with a home for the family and the predator coming and taking that home away found a tremendous resonance with people all over India who are being done over by these kind of things, because everybody has told me that Hamari family mein bhi aisa hua tha. You know, from Calcutta, from Bombay to Cochin to Assam, everybody. So it's a common thing in India. Probably everybody wants to make a home and there is some or the other problem. And that found resonance. The third thing is the father-son relationship. I think the most core layer of Khosla, the generation gap, that love and the tension between the father and the son who wants to go away and the father who wants to hold him back, found a tremendous emotional resonance amongst all the people.